A tale of friendship, kindness, and caring. Once upon a time, there were 4 best friends named Emmy, Florence, Marc, and Brad. They were all little students at the School of Magic in the Enchanted Forest, where they learned spells and magic potions. After school, they loved to play together, exploring the forest and having fun. Emmy and Florence loved to play with their small dolls, pretending they were shopping at the market. But sometimes they argued over who would get to play with which doll. One day, while playing together, Emmy and Florence started to fight over the dolls. They both wanted to play with the same one, and they refused to share. They pulled on the doll, each trying to take it away from the other. Their faces turned red with anger, and their voices became loud and harsh. Suddenly, a tiny fairy appeared in front of them, flitting and fluttering around their heads. The fairy had shimmering wings and a glowing aura. She looked at the girls and spoke in a sweet voice, "My dears, you should be kind to each other. Sharing is caring." Emmy and Florence stopped arguing and looked at each other, feeling ashamed of their behavior. They apologized to each other and decided to share their toys, playing together happily. From that day on, they made a promise to always be kind and share with each other. At the same time, the boys Marc and Brad, the 2 adventurous and daring boys, were racing their bikes through the winding paths down the steep hill when Brad hit a rock and flew off his bike, crashing to the ground. Marc, who was ahead of Brad, was so focused on winning the race that he didn't even notice when Brad fell from his bike and hurt himself. As Brad sat alone, feeling sad and hurt, a wise old owl flew down and perched on a nearby tree. The owl had kind, wise eyes that sparkled in the sunlight, and he spoke in a deep and soothing voice. "My young friend," the owl said, "being kind to others means caring for them. You should talk to Marc and let him know how you feel." Brad took the owl's advice and spoke to Marc, telling him how he felt. Marc felt sorry and apologized, promising to be more careful and kind in the future. From that day on, Marc and Brad would always check on each other during their adventures, making sure they were both safe and happy. Later that day, the 4 friends were playing together again, with the magic of friendship stronger than ever. As they were having fun, a beautiful rainbow suddenly appeared in the sky, shining brightly. The rainbow spoke to the children, "You have all learned important lessons today. Kindness, sharing, and caring for each other are the magic plots that will keep your friendship strong and happy." The friends hugged each other, feeling grateful for the lessons they had learned. They knew that the wise old owl and the tiny fairy were always watching over them, ready to help them remember the importance of kindness and caring. From that day on, they made a promise to always be kind and caring to each other, and to never forget the magic of friendship. The end.